The moment of creation is a form of magic, where an off becomes an on, a zero becomes a one, then another, and another, until, deep in the complexity, you discover order, speed, reliability, power. Experience the WD BLACK NVMe SSD. Fueled by darkness. Level up to NVMe SSD performance. The moment of creation is a form of magic, where an off becomes an on, a zero becomes a one, then another, and another, until, deep in the complexity, you discover order, speed, reliability, power. Experience the WD BLACK NVMe SSD. Fueled by darkness. Level up to NVMe SSD performance. The moment of creation is a form of magic, where an off becomes an on, a zero becomes a one, then another, and another, until, deep in the complexity, you discover order, speed, reliability, power. Experience the WD BLACK NVMe SSD. Fueled by darkness. Level up to NVMe SSD performance.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and my dear fellow gamers, welcome to the WD Black, the Esports Club Pro League for Rainbow Six Siege, supported by Ubisoft and in association with ACT Fibernet and AFK Gaming. I'm your host, Baba Gusta. With me, I have my co-caster and our admin, Foxtrot. It's been a long time since I've seen him in the casting table. Now he's back and he's ready to watch some matches there, ladies and gentlemen, as we head right into the matchup of Kira Esports versus E-Samurai. The map will be on Clubhouse. We already made our band picks. Actually, not we, the team has already made the band picks, as the Thatcher, Capitao, Mira, and Valkyrie will be the ones who won't be available to be played in map Clubhouse. So, Foxtrot, it's been a long time. How are you doing?
I'm doing amazing, Babu Gusta. Thank you for asking. As yeah, it's a good comeback match that I'm getting to witness here, at least for me. That is, let's see if we get to witness any comebacks from either of these teams. That is, of course, meaning that the other one is going to come out with everything that they've got. That's what we make of this team. We've got an amazing roster, rocking Rattler, Death Hammer, Catched, Shinra, and a third from the side of Kira Esports. Then we've got Lockdown, Cuskid, Mike, Mojo, and Paktoon Kid. from the side of Samurai Esports. Definitely is going to be an interesting match as we head on ahead. With the first side being on Church and Arsenal Room, the first 6 pick comes in as well. And quite interestingly, the Bandit will be taken out for the Alibi. We've seen the Alibi strats come out when it comes to Clubhouse and stuff like that. So it's definitely going to be an interesting take and turn of events as we happen to go ahead into this match.
Talking about turns and events, if we do take a look at the standings of Division One, Kira Esports is currently in the first place, having a total of 15 points, winning a total of 5 matches today. Quite the major upset that they did perform against Monka S on map Oregon. Same doesn't go to eSamurai Esports. Sad to say that they're currently in 7th place. And if they do, however, win at least one of those rounds, having a good round conversion rate, maybe they have a higher chances to be at least in the league rather than being relegated to Division Two. For eSamurai Esports, it's their big moment for them to at least win this match to make sure that they won't be able to be relegated in Season 2 for Division 2. And talking about it, we do see the first frag. It's going to be a Thurv eliminating Mojo, and Paktoon Kid goes down, who decides to actually go for a run out towards the construction. A very bad start coming in from East Samurai Esports, as a total of 2 players have already been gone down.
That's for sure. Definitely a very rusty start as to what we are expecting from them. As we headed ahead, Sasuke going for a rate reinforcement himself. They've still got lockdown. He's watching this angle. There's somebody outside the attacker side, but no. It's going to be a fighty picks with a third. Very low on HP. Still wants to get aggressive. No, throws out an impact, and that's the Pokemon captured. I thought it was going to be the one who goes down. Another Pokeball goes out, but not enough damage done. Rattler, he knows exactly what's up. Slowly gaining little coverage on them, making sure they have enough map control as well. Not get flanked for anybody else as I speak about it. Mike is going to pick up a frag, and that's going to be on a Shinra. Getting it a 3v3, make that a 2v3 as lockdown finds catch. And here's the white lead from Mike. It's suddenly turned into a 1v3, and definitely not in the favor of Kira Esports as Amar. He'll find a frag, but can he find 2 more? That's a real question. 1.5 minutes left. Let's see what the sledge happens to bring out.
Still in main stairs, Death Amar is trying to find the other 2 operators of ESM. He has to recover the diffuser in order to go for the plant. He decided to push in from the blue entrance, in which he did claim 1 or 2 kills towards the site, but with a huge disadvantage coming in from Kira Esports and having good enough amount of time. Death Amar needs to figure a way out. Although he has good amount of drone works, he has 1 drone. I believe he has a total of 2 flashbangs as well. Actually, the frag grenades as well. Doesn't have any information just yet. He'll be able to recover the diffuser as decides to go downstairs to plant the diffuser towards the side. Although do needs to be careful on one in the moto. Sees the head but doesn't get the shot, in which Mike will be the one with the MP5K eliminating them, giving them the win on a basement church. As we take a look at it in the ACT Fibernet instant replay, we now proceed to round 2. Actually, we won't be able to proceed to round 2 because we're actually going to go for a rehost, as one of the teams on the side of Kira Esports did ask for a rehost, due to which they had a sound bug. So unfortunately, we just have to go. Unfortunately, the team should go back to the drawing board, and so do we. And talking about the first match, it was talking about it in the first round that did get to see already eSamurai Esports were already in a man disadvantage, a 3v5, and then out of nowhere, the Paktoon Kid was playing as the alibi, using with the help of those impact nades, not just eliminating one, but also Mike, who was still holding towards a particular angle, providing some support to his teammates, did get those 2 kills, made sure that the defuse wouldn't go down, and they eventually win that round. A fantastic defense round coming in from eSamurai Esports and also for Kira Esports. It's not out of the game just yet. And just talking about the standings, as we did get to talk about, 15 with a round conversion of 21, because they did defeat Monka as 7-1. 7-1 is a huge margin for Kira Esports to actually win and be on the top position, even beating Union Gaming. Although Union Gaming did had a lot of problems dealing with the other 2 teams, especially against Red Vipers, in which the match was almost about to go to overtime, but Union Gaming did manage to stop their tracks once and for all. And talking about L2K, my God, Skipper, 1v3 clutch 2 times in a row. One time, once, which was against Kira. on map Coastline, and second was a great defuse play coming in on map Clubhouse. What an amazing play coming in from him, and quite an exciting one, as I would like to talk about it.
That is definitely the case. We've seen some amazing plays come out as to as to what Division One happens to offer. Just on a general scale as well, it's definitely very amazing to watch these teams go a little head on head against each other. And hey, that's just what Division One is filled of. Honestly, that's the truth. That being said, we'll be heading into the game very quickly as Clubhouse once again. Not a surprise. We're back in the league with Clubhouse, so does happen to be a little bit of an overplayed map if you think about it, but no, it's definitely going to be an interesting insight as to how we happen to see maps pan out. But right now, it's going to be ESM and Kira Esports. Let's see what happens as we go ahead and put into this match.
And yeah, talking about the amount of matches that Kira Esport did win against. One, actually, they talked about it. It was against Monka 7-1. Second was against Demas Force, in which they did win 7-3. I have no information on which map is it, but Kira Esports, they're definitely being strong and they're making sure that they'll be able to be in the first position as soon as possible. And talking about Kira, this would be their last match for them against eSamurai Esports in Season 2. But not to worry about. Season 3 registrations are live, solos or squads. We still have those registrations up and running. If you do want to, participate in this tournament, especially towards the qualifiers phase, head on in towards the Esports Club. Link is in the description and join the carnage. Hopefully, we might be able to see some exciting plays, new superstars, and hopefully history might be reborn once again. Although I do need to fix that grammar a bit, but all in all, I'm very excited for the next season. Season 3 is going to be one hell of an interesting match indeed. And talking about, I'm just going to head back to uh, the tournament standings for now. Monka S definitely not having a good day at all. They did win a total of 3 matches and then having an unfortunate 3 losses: one against Red Vipers, one against Kira, and. I do have to worry about them because the amount of plays that Monka S are doing, they're making good amount of mistakes, not having the hard breaches to push in towards the side, not opening hard breaches and decides to just go full all in. And I do have to worry about them. But for the other 3 teams, Kira, Union, and L2K, they won't have any problems. And talking about Mercenaries, they are still in the 5th position. They are neither relegated nor in the top standings, but it is technically Mercenaries are in a good spot. Hopefully in the next season we might be able to see some rivalries going up against Union Gaming, maybe L2K, maybe Monka S, who knows. But but for this today matchup is going to be a very interesting one, because this time we have, I mean, the amount of rounds that we have is it's going to be an interesting one to be talking about.
That is for sure, and an interesting insight that we'll take a look later at. Right now, we're just for all the players to quickly get into the lobby, and it looks like we might as well have everybody in the lobby and going into the match quickly as well. That's right. As we slowly head into this match, I'd just like to talk about the ban phase as it did go down. Mira and Valkyrie, very intelligent bans that did happen to come out, denying that kind of intel opportunity for the side of the defense, and just happening to continue our conversation that we happened to discuss on the other day. Is Clubhouse a defender favored map now, or with the changing meta, at least in our region, has it become attacker favored? Well, all of those answers will be taken care of as we head straight into the match right now. Round 2 will be underway. 0-1 is the scoreline. CCTV and Cash Room is where we are headed from the side of defense, and that's going to be from the side of eSamurai Esports. A really good first round coming in from them. Let's see what round 2 happens to hold.
With the Capitao being banned, it's going to be very difficult for the attackers to go for an execute having those smoke grenades. Although they do have the ace with having a total of 3 Selma breach charges and those smoke grenades to make sure that execute would not have any problems dealing with it. But their main objective is to open up the walls as soon as possible, especially the CCTV walls. And maybe we might be able to see some split push. One holding towards the CCTV walls, and the second who maybe decides to push in towards on the second floor bedroom, and then decides to open up the construction wall and decide to go for a plant in the cash room. Although they do need to make sure that they'll be able to remove those deniers, aka Mike and Mojo, having a total of three smoke gas canisters and a C4. We do see lockdown with a total of 2 impact nades, just to make sure that if the attackers do decide to push in towards the construction, there will be a denial coming in from ESM, and Kira Esports needs to be prepped and prepared. With the round going underway, the action phase will proceed. Catched will now, hopefully, we might be able to see him opening up an angle towards the garage. There you go. One summer breach is being used to make an angle towards the CCTV window, and the other two, we might be able to see him making an angle, or the Maverick will do his job opening up the walls. Actually, it's going to be Cash who's going to be using those summer breaches to open up lines of sight and also an entryway. It will be a just an angle for now, but he's going to save one more summer breaches to make the open towards on construction as best as possible.
Kuskin, meanwhile, he's up on the side of garage. He's still just holding this down. He's just making sure that everything is still under his control. Meanwhile, Mojo is going to take some damage, and that's coming in from the solo construction wall. Paktoonker himself, so overly, that's not looking the best for Mojo, and neither for Paktoonker, and that's why they're just going to fall back. Going for a quick rotate down below. There's no dog being applied in the first round. So that does mean that these defenders will not get healed back up. That juice from the stim pistols will not be available, as we're still waiting on the half-minute mark. We're at the 1.5-minute mark into this round.
Talking about it, Rattler still be towards on the second floor logistics office, giving some. She still has a total of 3 flashbangs to make sure that the ADS is still being present towards the particular place. So will be denied, as Atharv will continue opening up the walls towards on construction. This is a very risky take coming in from Atharv, as he deals a good amount of damage with the impact nade, but surprisingly enough, no bodies has been dropped for now, and the construction has been opened up successfully. Doesn't see the heavy aggression from Mojo. Will be able to take down one, but Shinra on the other hand will be able to eliminate Mojo, making that round conversion, sorry, a man count conversion to 4-4. Paktoonker trying to challenge Deathhammer towards the lounge. He has a good angle towards the stock entrance. He just needs to be careful, and he needs to get those information good enough so that they'll be able to get some momentum. For Kira Esports, they have not enough amount of time, but they do have the man count advantage, as Shinra gets the double kill, eliminating Kusked, making it a 4v3 situation. 3 smoke gas can actually 1 smoke gas canisters is present, but with the amount of man count that's been decreasing on the side of East Samurai Esports, they need to make a play here. Rattler with an impressive kill, eliminating 1, as the attackers will now decide to push in towards the clash. 1 smoke canister is being used, but they need to wait a total of 10 minutes, and that 10 seconds as Mike able to eliminate 1. Mike gets the other at taking out Deathhammer, and now it's a 1v1 situation. Catch either has to go for the plant or go for the kill, but decides to just stay, and that staying will give Samurai Esports winning round 2 second floor CCTV. As we take a look at it in the ACT Fibernet instant replay, Catched had the opportunity to just push aggressively to eliminate Mike, but looks like he decided to just waste time instead, or I guess he just made a mistake of dropping towards the hatch on construction, and he didn't have any more amount of time winning it. Nonetheless, Esamar Esports will win 2 defending rounds as we proceed to second floor gym, and let's see whether Kira Esports can break the win streak of Esamar Esports.
I think that's exactly what happened. A huge LOL moment for the Ace, as he happened to try and rotate from the construction doorway into cash. Just got a little too excited and fell through the hatch. Not the best ends of the rounds that we've seen. Kira Esports definitely finding themselves in a very unfortunate position, which is slowly becoming a desperate situation as well. We're still going ahead and trying to break down as to what Kusked has brought. That is the Goyo, of course. I always love a Goyo when it comes to clubhouse and strategies. Definitely something that we always look forward to. We won't be seeing a castle being brought out this time around, at least when it happens to be a gym and bedroom hold, especially with the extended hold all the way on the side of cash. That won't be on play, but I don't really mind it. That's just the way ESM is going to be going ahead with it, and that's exactly what we're here to find out. So far, so good from their side. Let's see what more they have to offer. Mike back on the mute, denying so much more intel as to what Kira Esports is really striving for more and more of, just not able to get it. Really good stuff from the side of eSamurai Esports, at least from that side. But it's definitely going to be an interesting take as to uh, as to how things happen to turn out.
Well, Mike with the SMG-11 proves to be efficient in the previous round. Can he be able to do it again? We do see him worrying about the main window, knowing that they did open up the barricade, and rotating towards back the site will also be a very risky rotate. If he does move in, he'll be Kira Esports will have a man advantage, making it a 5-4 in the early rounds. So Mike is just going to play safe, and he'll just make sure that he'll be able to get at least one or two good amount of kills as best as possible. For now, the deployable shields being used from the main stairs, a lockdown will be holding that particular angle to make sure the attackers wouldn't push in towards a specific site. Although the jacuzzi wall will be successfully opened from the Mavericks breaching torches as they proceed to push in towards jacuzzi. We do see a total of 3 players, one run out to actually one spawn peek towards the tunnel wall would be able to get at least 1 or 2 lives. But unfortunately, with eSamurai Esports deciding to go turtle hold, they won't go for runouts or a very impressive pick. But that nade will be able to eliminate Mute out of nowhere, making it a 5v4. An impressive nade coming in from Deathammer as he claims the life of Mike. A very huge kill, a very impact kill, as the player who is holding towards the toilet is going to go down. 2 concussive nades being used to make sure that the Mumai's magnet needs would be exhausted so that he'll be able to use that impact needs to eliminate one. But talking back towards the second floor gym and bedroom, already 2 bodies being dropped as Paktoon Kid and Amar goes down, tries to contest towards that building.
That's exactly what's putting ESM in the spot right now. Kuskit is going to have to make his way back to site, but I'm afraid it might be a little too late because that is left locked down in a really difficult position. He's in a pinch and he's got to make it out of there. Mojo in a very good position for a planned denial. He might be the key here to make ESM, and yes, he is. He's going to get the first frag, lights up the second one, but now he knows that the push-up is in. Kuskit tries to add up to this damage, and yes, he will. Mojo and Kuskit drop 1 kill of their own, and it's all down to Shinra from Kira Esports in a 1 versus 3. He's going to try and find one. Pre-fires are coming in, but not able to find anybody yet. 20 seconds left, and that just might be the play that we got to see from the side of ESM, securing themselves a hat-trick on the 3rd run consecutively and go for a full rotate on the side of the defense. 10 seconds left. The push is in. The angles are being watched. There's no way Shinra walks out of this. And there you go. Pre-fires are coming in, but there's just no time. And there comes the kill on the follow-up as well from the side of Lockdown. And that'll be eSamurai Esports, keeping their win streak alive and very well, in fact, for that matter. Really good stuff from the side of ESM. They'll be completing a full rotate with the 3 sites that they happen to bring out on this map. Definitely a good start as to what you happen to expect from eSamurai Esports, but I'll definitely be looking to be expecting more from them as we headed on to round 4. Church and Arsenal Room, a good site for them to be just hanging on to. That's where they happen to start this match off. Good luck as to how they happen to start this. I think that's just how Church and Arsenal happens to work for ESM, as we happen to go back in the history of the matches that they've played. That being said, the Malusi 6-pick is pretty much just going to be the use. You just have the 6-pick ticket sitting there for free. Why not just use? That's why the 6-pick came in. Just kidding. We'll be headed back with the setup this time. The Maestro will be into play from Lockdown once again. We've seen him bring out some amazing stuff from the Maestro itself. So definitely something I'm digging. And Kuskit got the Goyo. It's definitely helping eSamurai Esports as to how the Goyo is playing out. Except for the fact that Kira Esports is just not able to make it close enough to site. Even if they are, they're not happening to do some fundamental stuff, or they're just missing out on it. Maybe just having a huge lapse between what they're expecting of each other, because it's clearly visible. They're not able to make this a coordinated attack push. But I'll definitely be seeing Kira Esports try and make amends to it as we proceed ahead into the round 4, as we happen to go into the action phase.
Round 4 will proceed, and Basement Church will be the site for Kira Esports to plan their attack. And we've seen these matches on Clubhouse, especially yesterday against UG versus Red Vipers on map Clubhouse, L2K versus eSamurai Esports on map Clubhouse, where in the first half, you do see having an equalizer 3-3. Will it be the same? I'm very curious to know whether if Kira Esports might be able to find some weaknesses. And seeing that you do see the Goyo being played, one being placed right towards this tunnel, and the second maybe towards on basement church. And Kusked will be the one playing very aggressive towards the tunnels, making sure that the if the attackers do try to use the breaching torches to make lines of sight or try to get an entryway, but looks like Atharva will now focus on being very aggressive and try to. He's going to do the roamer's job instead. Quite an interesting pick coming in from Atharva. I don't blame him. Eliminating the roamers is very good. You do have catch the Hibana with the Excaros pellets to open up the hatches on the kitchen stock as well as bar. And the only problem that they do need to deal with is the impact needs on the site of kitchen. I believe Maverick will be the one to open up the kitchen hatch, as we do see Rattler with a total of three flashbangs to make sure that the ADS would not, wouldn't get would be exhausted, and to follow up with the nade. Paktun Kid needs to be careful with the drop from the Ash as he decides to go for that pre-fire. Will be able to deal good amount of damage to Rattler, but he still survives the gunfire. Gets tagged. He is tagged around. He is cornered, as I would like to call it. Either Jaeger gets 1 or 2 kills, or he goes down trying. 5v4, Shinra gets the first kill, eliminating Paktoon Kid as we proceed to the execute phase coming in from Kira Esports. And talking about it, Rattler gets another one. That's an important kill as 2 players on the side of ESM goes down. Paktoon Kid and Mojo has been eliminated because Kid decides to go for an early peek right towards the K9 position towards the blue entrance. Unfortunately, having less information, they have good amount of denial and they need to use it at right moment. Talking about it, a third eliminates Mike, making their life very difficult for ESM to even go for that denial. Catch will plant towards the basement church, and it is post plant for the defenders, and the entire team of ESM starts to crumble down as it is a flawless round coming in from Kira Esports, winning round 4 basement church. As we take a look at it in the ACT Fibernet instant replay, it was round actually it was frags by frags by frags, where Kira Esports starts to eliminate teams one by one. We don't see any roaming games coming in from the defenders. It was just a very huge hold. We didn't see any tunnel push, neither a kitchen hatch being opened. They just see a weakness, and since they're very confident in winning those gunfights, Kira Esports managed to win their first attack round. As we proceed to round 5, basement church will be the side yet again, and let's see how well the cookie crumbles.
That's definitely something that we'll be looking forward to find out. And like I happened to state between the start of this round is the fact that we might see Kira Esports try and make amends to what they've not been able to do so far, and they did exactly that. That'll be sending Isomura Esports back to Church and Arsenal, and it's definitely going to be something that we happen to look forward to. Let's see what they have in store. Paktoon Kid back on the Jaeger. We've got Kuskid still running the Goyo and lockdown on the Maestro. We did see Paktoon Kid get a little too much cornered on the side of blue, and well, it's not the best position for him to play on. Maybe a shield could help him over there. That's something that they might be working on right now, but they've obviously got so much more emphasis from the side of Kira Esports as well into making sure that all of that utility is taken care of as well. So good stuff from the side of Kira Esports into making sure that this time around they actually invest so much more time into taking care of the adjacent sites of the map. And just like Baba happened to emphasize, there's no push from tunnel as well. They did not really go for that breach push, very methodical, as we like to get to see from the side of kitchen. It was the blue stairs push that was coming in from them, and they did that flawlessly. Really well done. Really good execute coming in from there. And let's see if ESM is prepared for something like that this time around. Rattler is going to be on the Ash once again. Quick drone works, just making sure that nobody's roaming on the top floor. You don't want somebody backstabbing you. That's something. That's just something that that is the worst that could happen if you're trying to make a push happen from the side of blue. But Toon Kid will be the one once again holding down this area. It's definitely going to come down to all of these ADSs in his back pocket that he wants to use. All of them have been they have been used up, but yeah, it's most definitely going to be emphasized to making sure that his safety is a top priority.
Melee holes being made from Paktoon Kid to make sure that he has some resistance if the attacker tries to push in towards the motor. We do see Mojo with the Kaid. Those electro claws will be very difficult for the attackers to open it up. So they at least do need a Maverick to open up the hatches, or a Twitch. I mean, they don't have a Twitch, but the drone works. they'll be able to detect where exactly those electroclaws are. They'll be able to remove it. A huge denial coming in from ESM, especially the kite with those electroclaws, will make attacking very difficult for Kira. And talking about it, Atav gets stung with the electroclaws as he tries to open up the hatch, maybe on towards the kitchen. I believe this will be a kitchen access as well as towards the tunnel. But unfortunately, we won't be able to see that much going in for now. We do see the push. We have the default camps being used from the Ash. The Jaeger will be able to get a good amount of information, knowing that Rattler will appear push in towards the oil pit. The pre-fast comes in. Rattler again survives, but here comes the heavy aggressive push from the Jaeger. Loses to that gunfight. A very good kill coming in from Platoon Kid as he makes it 4-5.
That was definitely a quick refrag coming in from a quick frag coming in from Paktoon Kid. As an attempt of a refrag was made, but the Jaeger was quick to realize that's happening, and Syndra has got to fall back. The Zofia still making the push happen. 30 seconds left, and Catch is the one with the diffuser. Is going to go for the plant on site. That's going to be from the kitchen drop. There's cover enough. I'm not sure if that's enough from the side of Kira Esports. The C4 could do the job. No, a third finds ahead. Meanwhile, Cats does take a lot of damage. The diffuser is planted. The post-plant situation, one frag goes out, and Mike with his toxic gas grenades is going to get a nice frag for himself. Mojo moving around the hallway is going to see the Maverick moving above the main stairs. Mike trying to add up to this damage that the smoke is trying to do. It's just not enough. It's just not quick enough. That is exactly what ESM has to do. They've got to beat the clock. Syndra all the way on the side of blue. This is definitely going to come down to the line of defense from the hatch, and there goes one. The counter diffuse is still not into play. Only 12 seconds left. They're already hitting the plant of no diffuse, but no, here comes the peak from the sledge, and there goes the diffuse. This is a cleanup from the side of ESM, but a good attempt. It's just not enough. It'll be Mike to just get a kill as a consolation, as Kira Esports will get the bomb to sound. What a fury of kills that came out of the end of the round there. But it did come down to Death Hammer just making sure all of that works and works well in his favor and staying alive on that kitchen hatch. Look at this push that did came in as we happen to take a look at it in the ACT Fibernet instant replay. Mojo going down, and then the quick double kill that did come down on the side from Syndra was just beautifully well done. That put up everybody on the side of Kira Esports in such a better position. And all Death Hammer had to do is just wait for the clock to tick out. That's exactly what happened. What a good round and a good fight back that we happen to see Kira Esports bring out, as Samurai Esports is definitely looking to close out the equalizer, maybe take advantage out of it. A 4-2 is an ideal situation for them to walk out of round 6. That'll be the last round, at least in this half. I'll be excited to see what Kira Esports happens to bring out, though, because it's definitely does come down to the possibility of them coming down with the equalizers. That's something that has been something that at least I would look forward to. And hey, it's good to see them put up a fight, and it's just amazing that it makes this match all the while more spicy. Already getting to see Mike come out with so much more reconstruction that he happens to bring out, and Kurskit once again is in the go-yo, but it'll be the emphasis from the side of ESM into trying to slow down the attackers this time around. We're getting to see a little more utility expelled in terms of how they want to try and keep the attackers at bay, adjacent to side, with the holes that are coming in from them and the roam away from side. Definitely going to help them. Gym and bedroom is going to be the side as we're underway with the action phase on round 6.
Round 6, this is a moment of truth where we do get to see Kira Esports almost winning that previous round on basement shirts. An impressive play coming in from them. And Samurai Esports, they did all they could. The adaptive game from Paktoon Kid was so excellent, knowing that it will be a very boxed-in push right from the blue. Eliminating one towards the oil pit did give some advantage to Paktoon Kid, only worrying about one particular angle. But unfortunately, not having to worry about the main default plant on the basement arsenal is what exactly happened. And also that C4 did almost claim the life of Catch, but he was lucky enough to be alive, and he succeeded planting that diffuser in hand. And talking about it, for now we do see an electroclaw being placed and also some holes from the Mavericks breaching torch to try to take out that electroclaw, but Lockdown will safely just take back the electroclaw and place it in a different position where the Maverick would have a lot of problems dealing with. And talking about the first frag is going to be Mojo eliminating Catch, who decides to go for a run or right towards the main entrance from the CCTV. Shinra will be able to down the Melusi and gets the confirmation, making it a 4-4. But with that man disadvantage and also the hard breacher being eliminated, it will be very difficult for them. Although they do have the Maverick, he is. He's trying to open up the jacuzzi wall as soon as possible so that he'll be able to proceed going towards the coordinated push either from the logistics hatch or at the jacuzzi to make sure that they'll be able to eliminate the opponent's piece by piece. And talking about Mike, he is prepped up and ready. He just needs to make sure that the nade wouldn't come back again. Rattler with the flashbangs to make sure that the ADS won't work on. Followed up with the nade of the Maverick. We did see him. It did work well in the first second floor gym site where ESM did manage to get that nade kill. But since that nade did not work out well, and Mike being very patient enough, he knows what's going on. He knows what the game is happening for Kira Esports, and looks like Rattler, he wants to go aggressive. He sees the head, doesn't get the connect just yet, decides to go for a reload, whereas Atharva gets the kill onto his Platoon kit.
This is going to come down to these 30 seconds that we are counting down right now. Kurskid making his way back to logistics, while we still do have Athar going with the nade, but he's going to find a kill. In fact, that'll be Amar who went for the nade. But there is Athar doing so much more work right now. It's all under Mike and Kurskid. The Goyo and the mute tries to light up a fight that he's taking, but it's just not going in his favor. There you go. Death Amar is going to find Mike as well, and there is a cleanup from Kira Esports. There's no way you walk away from this alive, is what Kira Esports happens to speak about. Round 6, as we happen to talk about it before as well. This is exactly what we talked about, that Kira Esports looking stronger as to how the rest of the rounds happen to go down after the third round did take place. A good fight back from them. They do walk away with a good equalizer. 3-3 is going to be the scoreline as we head to the second half of this match. Round 7 will be underway. That also means the role swaps will be into place as well. We've got Ikira Esports going on the side of defense, and CCTV and Cashroom is going to be their first favorite side. All right, nothing out of the ordinary over there. We've got Death Amar. There you go, coming back on the Jaeger. It's really awkward not to see Amar not playing the Jaeger. He's now back on it. Does happen to please me. Mute and Smoke, both the SAS brothers will be employed, and Melusi just to make sure that that denial comes out once again. As holding down Garage becomes all the while more easy, you have so much more insurance at least as to anybody pushing up unaware of you noticing from the stairs that Death Amar just happened to walk with the middle stairs, or the red stairs as some people like to call it. That out of the way. We've got Rattler running the mute. That kind of information denial we did get to see from the side of ESM as well, but it stopped working after a while. We could see that Kira Esports just tried and took more of those gunfights that they just happened to win, and it was just beautiful to see them do that. Really methodical, but it was Kira Esports who made sure that they happened to play this on at least on the expense of the patience of Isamara Esports' players. They're just not able to hold down on the side, because we do know everybody on the side of ESM does happen to pack a punch. They love to get aggressive. They like to take gunfights, and Kira Esports, knowing exactly where to hit them, they took that as an advantage and made sure that they play on their own turf. That being said, we've got the action phase underway and hot and ready, in fact, as we're headed slowly into the round.
We do see a strip club push coming in from the Ash to try to get that good amount of angle towards on the main stairs, but he do need some confirmation, and he's going to do it with the help of those Jonas, giving them good amount of information, knowing what kind of positionings that Kira Esports is playing, knowing that the site is on second floor CCTV. We don't see any Goyo picks being made, although we did see that 6 pick from Amar as he shifts from the Vigil to the Jaeger. Having that ADS is very essential, especially towards the garage catwalk in where the Vama is holding an angle from, to make sure that even though if they do decide to throw those nade, it will be denied, giving them much more stronger hold towards that specific position. Shinra sees the drone, tries to eliminate it, but it is too late for him. He decides to reload back and reposition into a different place that he needs to be. Amar, he hears that Excaros pellets being used to open up the hatch, but he's very patient enough to just wait and wait for the attackers to make an angle towards that moto so that he'll be able to get the kill. Being aggressive might cost him his life, so having that information would be good. And talking about Athar, not quite sure why he took out the smoke gas canisters. He would have been able to pick back up, but that would give a total of 20 seconds for smoke to deny the attacker's push. And talking about the nade, will get denied from the ADS, but not the kill, in which Lockdown gets eliminating Death. Amara Shinra with the MP5 takes down a Lockdown, getting that refrag, but it is back again in that 4v4 situation here. Shinra with an impressive peak, making sure the bar push would not happen as he decides to hold the angle towards the construction hatch. With the walls being open, he just have to wait for the he just have to wait for Mike to push in towards the cash room, but that angle is being made. He actually sees the head of the mute. He's just waiting for that repeat to happen, and Pakhtun Kid decides to contest in a gunfight against the Melusi, and he's going to fail miserably. Double kill for Shinra as he eliminates Mike, making it a 4v3 as Samurai Esports are now in trouble.
They definitely happen to be in trouble, but here's the trouble from Pakhtun Kid says him. Here goes a C4, explosions come out, and it'll be him finding himself in the grave. A 2 versus 4, make that a 2 versus 3, as here's Mojo is going to find one. He's into sight, in fact. The cash has been taken control of from the Zofia. He finds another. That's a double kill for the man. That's a triple. The wall bank comes in. What was that? Mojo goes wild. And that's the cleanup from Samurai Esports. They walk away with the first round just from the back of this Zofia. What did we just get to see? Popping heads like it's nothing. Oh boy. What a play from Mojo. We'll be taking a quick look at that in the ACT Fibernet instant replay. Definitely came out to be such an aggressive push. Like I said in the beginning of this round, Samurai Esports' players pack a punch. They like to take gunfights. They like to win them. This is a very, very good evidence of what I just happened to claim. What a cleanup coming in from them on round 7. We'll be headed to round 8. And let's see what this round happens to hold.
Oh boy, look how the tables have turned. The triple kill from Zofia. Impressive wall bang, giving them the win on second floor CCTV. Kira Esports did not see that coming, ladies and gentlemen, and they are in trouble yet again as Samurai Esports will be the one on lead 3-4. And the site second floor CCTV will be in play yet again. What a shocking play that we did get to witness from Samurai Esports, and very impressive comeback right towards the end. And also having less amount of time, getting those wins were very crucial for them because according to the standing wise, they need to. I mean, they're giving it all they've got, to be honest, making sure that they won't be relegated, and they are making sure that yes, we did make mistakes for the past 3 to 4 matches. Just give us a chance so that at least we'll be in the 5th place, making sure in the next season we'll be able to give it all we've got. And they're performing extraordinarily well. Well played from Samurai Esports, and well played from Kira, especially Avim, who was playing as Melusi, aka, I mean, his name is Shinra because tries to make he did make an anime reference, not quite sure where is it, but I hope it's a good reference. But talking about for now, action phase will be in play, and talking about the aggression from Kira Esports, Death Thummer will get that first frag, eliminating Pakhtun Kid. The sledge with the soft breaching capabilities, and also the nades won't be available. I believe that was a wall bang which came in right towards the jacuzzi. Impressive wall bang, although we didn't get to see it. I hope it was an impressive play coming in from Kira. And talking about it, we do see the Mavericks breaching torch to open up the CCTV walls using the half wall trick. Catched with the Vamai's magnets, you'll be able to place near the tube lights to make sure that some of the utilities who decides to throw a nade will get caught on, make sure that he wouldn't get caught from that blast radius.
That's exactly what he's got to look out for. That C4 outplay could come in from a third any time now. But it'll be Rattler he's got to be scared of as well. Rattler's still playing a little aggressive of sorts, at least for the gun he happens to hold, but I don't really doubt him. He's got a good cover, at least from his teammates. Enough information has to work up. A minute and a half left as we're slowly approaching that mark. Right now, it's going to come down as Cat's just throwing down over my disc. Tuskit still just roaming around. He's going to get the hatch. I'm not sure. Yeah, there we go. The request comes in from the Hibana. Mike is going to make sure he gets the hatch for him. Drone works have been done, and this is safe to drop, is what the Hibana happens to say. But there might be a third waiting, trying to bait them into peeking. There's no drone right now on him. Could come out to be a very good kill if the Goya just happens to, I don't know, go for a wall bang. I guess he might even do that. It's going to come down to some drone works coming in from the start of attackers. This is turning out to be such a suspenseful moment as we happen to move ahead. 50 seconds left and the push is still yet to happen. Shinra is going to start things off. Lockdown is going to be the one to take the fall. A third swings wide, does not find anybody good though. But that's a good kill, at least from the side of Kira Esports, to make sure they keep themselves alive and breathing. 3 versus 5 and only 40 seconds left. It's going to come down to Shinra getting another frag. Shinra is definitely feeling it. Picked up another frag, the MP5K. Something he can definitely take advantage of. He knows exactly where the Maverick is coming in from as well, but he'll be the one to take Shinra down. First kid, he makes sure he gets that frag onto the Melusi. Somebody had to shut down. While that was very necessary, honestly, Shinra was doing so much more damage. And now with only 15 seconds left, there's not enough time to even go for the breach. Mike, I'm not sure. That's just a lost cause. What he's happening to do here. C4 goes out. That's clean on the barbed wire. Rattler picks up a kill onto Mike. And that's a cleanup. Kia Esports, stay alive by getting themselves round 8 on this match. It's going to be them making sure that they stay alive and kicking, and more importantly, it's going to be the equalizer back into place. It'll be interesting to see how they happen to take away the lead from Esamurai Esports or not. That's the real question right now. That's exactly what I'm looking forward from them. That being said, we'll be taking a quick look at that in the ACT Fibernet replay and heading over to the next round, as that was round 8 and round 9. It'll be a 4-4 equalized scoreline.
You know, Foxy, most of the time where me and you cast one particular match, we always get overtime. But when Jack casts a particular match, it always doesn't actually be on overtime. I just kind of feel bad for Jack because most of the time he just, he's just urging to say that one famous punchline. And unfortunately, with this, looking at the match in hand, it is 4-4. There is a higher chances of the match being on overtime. So, talking about it, yeah.
Yeah, honestly, that's not wrong though. We've seen so many overtimes when it comes back to us both casting, and whenever it does come down to Blackjack, he just does not get the opportunity to make us all rumble. But yeah, definitely that is something I always look forward to. And always, you've seen me and Blackjack talk about this as well, that we love it when our match happens to go overtime. So much more stakes that it happens to add just in general as well. So yes, Babu Gusta, I'll have to agree with you on that. Maybe it's just the fact that it's Blackjack has done it so many times that it's been jinxed. Just how the cost occurs happens to work. Maybe maybe we might have to. Well, I think we might have to make some sacrifices to the Lord. Try and take that curse away. You know what I mean, from the Tachanka. After it gets unbanned into competitive play, right now it'll be banned, at least as to what we get to see in the Pro League. But hey, that's definitely going to be another thing we'll be looking forward to. And right now, the push will be in from Paktoon Kid as Esamurai Esports try and make this round theirs as well, as we headed on to round 9.
Well, Paktoon Kid is still holding towards the kitchen, holding an angle, making sure that there wouldn't be any. They don't have good amount of information just yet. We do see Lockdown still pushing in towards the bar, making sure that they'll be able to get good amount of information as soon as possible. It's technically a clear, breach and clear, as we'd like to call it, but they do need to be careful of the Jaeger, who's decided to push in towards the stock. Now he's at towards the lounge. He's going to meet a total of 2 players just about. I mean, he's just going to meet 2 players who is apparently pushing in towards the bar. Having that good information towards on stock, having that kill from Kira Esports is very necessary. And talking about it, Death Hammer will be able to do it, taking down Lockdown, was trying to push in towards the bar. And just as I suspected, Lockdown, unfortunately, for the past 2 attack rounds, he's not getting good amount of plays, due to which Death Hammer has been performing some extraordinarily aggressive, risky plays, working out quite well for Kira Esports. Eliminating one, proceeding back towards the site would give Esamurai Esports the disadvantage, knowing that it is a 4v5 with the players currently holding towards Jacuzzi. We do see Atharv with the pre-play C4. Not quite sure where is it, but we do see the Sophia's concussive nade and Death Hammer. Ooh, that is quite risky coming in from him, but placing that ADS will give some protection of the frag race, which would apparently throw in. But here comes the nade, and it gets denied. An impressive, aggressive plays from Death Hammer as he saves the life of the Melusi. Shinra is going to be very happy with that teamwork coordination as the push comes in from ESM Paktoon. deals a lot of damage. And with that Melusi's Banshee deterrent, it will be very difficult to him to push towards on second floor gym, because that sound will be able to give good amount of information, but not to the Jaeger. He gets one, flicks the other, but doesn't get the second kill as he gets immediately refragged. The Sledge tried to make some amends, but he gets refragged instead, making it a 3v2 situation as Mike claims the life of a turf. 20 seconds left. Rattler is down. It all goes down to Shinra and Cast. A total of those smoke gas canisters, and maybe those C4s work out well, but the shotgun is here to save the day, eliminating one, but he also gets refragged, making it a 2v1 situation. It all goes down to Shinra in a 1v1 gunfight against Mojo. He's still patiently waiting towards the bathroom. Sophia is pushing in. He doesn't have any information, and so does the time, as Kira Esports will win round 9 without having any problems dealing with the push coming in from ESM. As we take a look at it in the ACT Fibernet instant replay, we now proceed to round 10, where Kira Esports are in the lead, and they need 2 more points to win the round against them.
That's exactly what they need right now. Kira Esports getting that lead was very necessary for them. 5-4 is the scoreline we're looking at right now. And that being said, round 10 is underway. We're at the 2-digit mark. There you go. Baba Gusta and me, we've got smiles on our faces. That's what happens to define a spicy match of Siege. And hey, speaking of which, this is in fact Division 1. There's nothing less that we expect out of it, and that's exactly what we are getting to see over here. 6 picks coming in, Church and Arsenal, Room, and Atharva is going to be picking the castle, while the Buck will be brought on board from the side of Kira Esports. It's been a while since I've seen, from the side of Samurai Esports. It's been a while since I've seen Paktun Kid come back on the Buck. Definitely going to be an interesting take as to how they happen to push on the side of Church and Arsenal. That's exactly what is going to be the side. Once again, the Melusi being a very huge advantage for the side of the defense, giving away so much more information as to what you usually get to see, and it's definitely the case. We'll be taking a quick look at the scoreboard. We got the scoreboard does obviously happen to take place after the first round's rehost, so from then. But yeah, it is very true to its colors, though. Honestly, just as to how the match has happened to go down. Shinra sitting on 11 frags for himself, very impactful, killing that. That is exactly what he's been doing. While Mojo from the side of ESM trying to keep things alive for him, doing the weightlifting right now. That's exactly what's up. That being said, I got Cuskid is running the Maverick this time around, and a lockdown will be on the Ash. It's a good emphasis on the soft breach from the side of the attack as to how they're trying to push the Kira Esports right now. Kira Esports, though, they're looking very confident as to how they want to secure the match point right now. But it will be a question for sure whether or not if they'll be able to get that match point status right now. Will that be a little later into this round as we proceed ahead onto round 10?
I absolutely agree on that, Foxy. For Kira Esports, if they do get that 1 round lead, it will be very advantageous for Kira Esports. And talking about that 6-pick Platoon Kid picking up the Buck, which will be able to give them good amount of lines of sight towards the kitchen, but also he needs to be careful because he is all alone. He doesn't have any teammates to provide cover. And it's going to be locked down, holding towards the main stairs, making sure that the flank routes wouldn't come out. But it all goes down to Buck to make sure that the Arsenal room is cleared. And talking about it, we don't see any smoke hole coming in towards the tunnel, which should give an easy access towards that specific site. Whereas Rattler gets the first frag, eliminating Mojo, the man who was making some incredible plays. Unfortunately, he will be the one who's going to go down. And so does Paktoon Kid, in which Cash will be able to find one. Looks like Samurai Esports are definitely not looking good at all. 2 early kills gone to the side of Kira Esports, and they're still finding of 3 players here. If Lockdown finds at least 1 or 2 players off the board, it would have been better. Talking about the nade, it's going to go down. Will he get an accidental team kill? No, he does not. The frag grenade won't be able to deal good amount of damage, but Atharv is still holding that angle. He gets 2 kills with the UMP. Oh my. Atharv making some impressive plays, and also a good angle in which the diffuser is down, and the attackers, they only have 55 seconds left. The Lockdown still contesting with the Vigil towards the kitchen, doesn't get the shot quite yet. He has to force for that reload, and he's just going to fall back and wait for the defenders to make a move.
That's exactly what he's waiting out for. Just being a little too ecstatic with it. 30 seconds left and the push-up is in from the side of the defense. They've actually moved out. This could be fatal for them. 1 kill comes in, and that's going to be Rattler taken care of. There's a 1 versus 4 though that he's got to fight. too many people, too many bodies to be dropped. Lockdown is on a hunt right now with only 20 seconds left and 4 bodies of very angry defenders to fight against. The clock is ticking down, and so is the health of a third right now. He does get shut down. The down will come in. The confirm is not here yet. There you go. He's finally going to get it as he happens to style away on the side. But that is exactly what he's going to be able to do. Just style away and nothing more than that. Kira Esports will be walking away with a match point status for themselves with this round secured for them in this back. That being said, we'll be headed to round 11. But before that, a quick look at the ACT Fibernet instant replay as we take a look at it. Look at that. A good flex with Lockdown being very ecstatic on his gun skill, but didn't really help ESM put out that advantage from them. It definitely does come out to be a very different outcome as to what I was expecting, because from the way this match happened to start off, I thought ESM had this in the bag. They're looking very strong as to what they happen to be doing. But right now, it's definitely Kira Esports on the top. 6-4 match point in their favor as well. Looking to secure this and seal this match with a 7-4. Let's see if that's going to be the deal or not.
Well, absolutely, Foxy. And talking about Kira Esports, the site will be on second floor CCTV. And talking about it, Death Amar will be back to the Jaeger yet again. He'll be the one making those aggressive plays, especially. We did see him do it twice on second floor CCTV, where most of the time we do see him hold towards the stock, get one kill, and then decides to fall back towards the site and, stay in towards there freely. He did that on second floor gym as well. Yeah, having that man advantage from Kira Esports is mainly the reason why that they're winning these rounds in the first place. Eliminating Death Amar should be their top priority for Samurai Esports to make sure that they would have that early kill and make sure that the aggressiveness from Death Amar would never happen. And Samurai Esports, they do need to be careful. They do need to adapt. They do need to be cautious enough to make sure that they would win, not making any single mistakes. And talking about it, we do hear the Ash breaching charge being used to open up a particular wall, or maybe he just used it to open up a barricade. Although using it on a barricade would be a waste of utility, but so most of the time I do think that it is the R4C who did open up the barricade. And just as I talked about it, Death Hammer again with the early kill, taking out Lockdown. This is what I've been talking about for the for the past 2 to 3 rounds here. Death Hammer getting that early kill right off the bat would give Kira Esports a one step ahead to winning that round, and they've been doing it for the past 3 to 4 defending rounds, in which Samurai Esports have no idea dealing with that star player, Death Hammer. He's been performing extraordinarily well, and also getting those wins here is very crucial, and he would do whatever it takes to get those kills as best as possible. Already we do see the Excaros pellets being opened up the CCTV wall as Paktoon Kid is slowly making his way towards the catwalk. You'll be able to see that deployable shield, but doesn't have any utilities to destroy it, knowing that he needs to waste at least 2 flashbangs and 1 frag grenade to work it out.
That's right. Utility is exactly what is going to cost ESM into making this push right now, but it's also costing them the time. 1.5 minutes left as we just happen to cross that mark, and ESM is not looking good, at least not able to stand on its feet with that shutdown coming in early onto the Zofia. So much more that you could have made use, just completely taken off the board. A good early frag coming in from Death Hammer does put ESM in a little bit of spot, but that's nothing that they cannot shrug off and walk away. Here's the peek from Shinra, though. He's going to walk away with a frag of his own. And here's the double kill. Kira Esports with the cleanup. Look at this man go off. The MP5K, definitely something that he wanted. Shinra looking very, very good. Racking up those kills, in fact, towards this game that he happened to bring out. It does leave Mike and Mojo the only ones alive. Mojo down below is going to push up, but he's spotted by the Goyo now, who spotted him as well. Mike coming out on the right next to the alley of the feared Shinra. We've got Death Hammer taken down, though. A good frag, at least as the mount on this possible comeback. Shinra goes down as well. That's a Mike getting another one. A 2 versus 2 that we just happened to see. A 5 versus 2 happened to stand off on Kira Esports. Are looking like they just might lose this. ESM coming out with the aggression we happen to talk about. Mike coming in with the Hibana push. That's going to be from the breaches. Mojo happens to push up from the stairs as well. He does notice there's somebody awfully close to him. Cannot pin that down. Rattler has to play this well. Spike is the plant is going down, excuse me, as Mike will make sure that it does stick. T4 goes out, but it's a little too late. A post-plan situation that we did see them happen to walk away with. Possibly Rattler is going to get this kill. A 1 versus 2 that he's found himself in. The Ash has got to play this right. All the cards right, and none of them will fall because here's Rattler to get them all, and that'll be Kira Esports to make sure they seal the deal. Like we happen to talk about, 7-4 is going to be the scoreline. Round 11 does go to them, and the match, for that matter, does go to them. 7-4. It'll be Kira Esports to walk away with this match on Clubhouse. What a good match that we just happened to witness. A well-deserved victory, a good performance from that team for to say.
Yeah, talking about it, Kira Esports will have a total of 18 points. 18 points. And this will actually be the last match, to be honest, for this season. But we still have much more rounds to go, where we do see the L2K match happening, which would be Team L2K going up against Demons Force. That would be an exciting one. But talking about this victory, which would come in for Kira Esports, they will secure their spot in the first position of Division 1. Well played from both the teams, and also good plays from Samurai Esports, not being able to handle the aggressiveness of Death Amar. They did try to convert that round from a 2v4 to a 2v2. They did get it to post plant, but Rattler in the end with the SMG 12 to claim the life of two of them and get that win on second floor CCTV 7-4. And also, we're just not of it just yet. Let's just get back and look at it and relive the moment. Talk about some analysis. Talk exactly on what happened for the entire total of 11 rounds. Talking about it, Samurai Esports were the one having those good amount of aggressive plays in the first round itself, winning 3 attack rounds on Basement Church, second floor CCTV, and second floor Gym, ruining a good amount of momentum from Kira Esports. They did get some kills. Most of the time, it was, sometimes ESM, they did try to make some plays, but unfortunately, they couldn't be able to find some important kills from them. Although we did get to see Kira Esports starts to bounce back in the first half itself, winning 4 to 6 rounds. And also we did get to witness Mojo with an incredible wall bang on the second floor Gym side. So, and talking about it, it is.
It does happen to be that Gusta, because we did see Kira Esports, they've been unstoppable and more like a boulder. I did say that and coming back to the second round, that the cohesion between the players is looking like a little off, and the moment I said that, it's like they heard me and they made amends to it. From round 4, it was the Kira Esports show. That's what we got to see back to back. Look at this. That's exactly what we're getting to see right now on the screen. Flawless round. This was the moment of confidence for them, and this is exactly where they started this mount that they just did not get off until they got the victory for themselves. They did have a few speed breakers. Samurai Esports is not something you want to be taking for a ride. And look at this, what a beautiful play coming out from Amar once again, making sure that he plays the clock. Shinra, what a player! I've got to say this, Shinra, what an addition to just as to what Kira Esports happens to bring out. Honestly, Shinra did happen to come out of the blue and come out to be such a huge anchor. I would say anchor position as to how Kira Esports have made themselves very, very cemented into this league. They do happen to walk away with, I think, with the possible title of the champions. For that matter, they have been undefeated. In fact, that is. Look at this cleanup from Mojo. He gave his best. I've got to say that. Samurai Esports coming out very aggressive, and that is something that just happens to be a reason. That happened to bite them back quite a bit. Look at this, the utility training is coming in towards the end of the round. Not enough time left. Just happened to put them in a really awkward spot, and that's that. And that was Kira Esports taking advantage of situations like these. It was very evident from the fact that Kira Esports, just as they like to approach this. Look at this. The Jaeger being allowed to play on a position like this was just something that Samurai Esports were not expecting, and being caught off guard is where Kira Esports happened to take that little window of exploitation for themselves and just try and punch it until it hurts, and it did. ESM did lose the composure. Look at this round coming in. Lockdown was the only one left alive, as that cleanup did come out from Kira Esports quite aggressively in the beginning as well. It was the third, making sure he's holding down this all the way from the blue area. So that's just the way it happens to go down to. But that being said, I'll pass the mic over to you, Baba Gusta. What would you say as to how this match happened to go down?
I mean, talking about the first half itself, Foxy, it was 3-3, and we did get to see Kira Esports making a good comeback. And especially as I did talk about it in the match itself, Death Armor, leaving Death Armor still roaming towards the stock, getting those kills and falling back towards the site, having always that one man advantage for Kira Esports was mainly the reason why they were winning most of the gunfights in the first place. Eliminating Death Armor did. Would have given eSamurai Esports some breathing room to focus towards the side, but one of the players on the side of Kira Esports have been performing excellently well, and also a huge shout out to Avim, aka Shinra, who's been performing excellently well with the Melusi's MP5. And yeah, talking about Kira Esports, they will they secure their spot in the first position, having a total of 15 points, I believe, according to the standings. Actually, 15. Yeah, there we go. 15 points. They are currently in 15 points with them winning against eSamurai Esports. They have five. Yeah, there you go. 3 points. That would be 17 points in total for Kira Esports. And they'll make sure that they'll be in the top spot as best as possible.
A very evident, I would say, display of skills that we did get to see from Kira Esports just throughout as to how they've been playing in the season. Honestly, we did, and at least personally, I would the way I happen to see this, walking into a Kira Esports match, there'll be Rats playing on the board. And you know just how the meme goes, when does Rats play? He did not play today. And everybody else who just happened to come out on the side of Kira Esports was so amazing. It was so good to see the work, team work in very good cohesion. Did work out very well for them enough. And I would say I'd not really walk away with this Kira Esports performing really well. I would say that ESM just lagged a little bit of what we usually get to see from them. Definitely, I was expecting more from them, just fanboying over them as well. But hey, it was Kira Esports definitely in control of the situation entirely. That being said, that was the first match for today, people, for the Division 1 matches to start off. We've got another match coming up. That's going to be Demon's Force versus Team L2K. It's going to be in a little while. There might be another stream coming up as we quickly get that information from the admins, as we'll be back at more Division 1 action. As hey, make sure you grab some popcorn and stay tuned. This is Foxtrot and this is my co-caster Baba Gusta. We'll be signing off for the while. Stay tuned. Take care.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the WD Black, the Esports Club Pro League for Rainbow Six Siege, supported by Ubisoft and in association with ACT Fibernet and AFK Gaming. We are back with the second match, Team L2K versus Demus Force on map Cafe Dostoevsky. L2K is in a very good, strong lead as we did get to see them winning a total of two matches against eSamurai Esports as well as Kida Esports. One on Coastline, one on map Clubhouse, and this time will be against Demus Force on Cafe Dostoevsky. Starting off with the attacker ban phase, we do see the standard bans, the Thatcher on attack, the Vumai on defense. Interesting ban would be the Blackbeard, as it is technically a L2K's pair ban on Blackbeard. Followed up with the last ban is going to be the Mira. That would be the end of the ban phase. Thatcher, Blackbeard, Mira, and Vomai won't be available on Map Cafe Dostoevsky as we proceed to the first round. Third floor bar will be the site. And as I introduce the rosters on the side of Team L2K, we have Blank, Coffee, JV, Skipper, and Nos. And on the side of Team Demus Force, we have Sniper 1T, Candy, Cobra, Asterix, Kajits, Kushima, Goat. As the third floor bar will be the side. It's been a long time since I saw the Demus Force match, and I'm very excited to see how well it's going to go down. Talking about the BB bans from L2K, it is more of a targeted ban to make sure that Sniper 1T Candy, especially on attack, wouldn't pick that specific operator. Although Blitz is not banned, in which we might be able to see him. With the 6 pick coming in from Kajis as he switches from the Legion to the Valkyrie, the match is underway.
The match will be underway indeed, and we've got quite the map once again. Cafe coming out. L2K. We've seen both of these teams play out on this map previously as well. It's definitely going to be an interesting outtake as to how this match will go down. Obviously, because of the fact that Demus Force and L2K, both of them happen to have amazing gunners. It does happen to be a little more frag heavy approach to just in general as how these teams play. It'll definitely be an interesting take going ahead. That being said, we already see the Ella coming out, and Sniper 1 Candy bring up. Cobra will be in fact the one playing the Ella, and I just want to see if he's running the shotgun or is it the Scorpion. That's something that my eyes will be out looking for, while Asterix is brought at the Goyo, and Kajit will be allowed to play the Valkyrie as that will not be banned. So much information to work around with, and enough information Denal coming in with Sniper 1 Candy on that mute, just as I happen to talk about. Let's come down to Cobra going for these well-placed Ella mines, all of them. Everything done in a proper, I would say proper position. Definitely something you want for yourselves. Skipper is going to be running the sledge once again as, well, that's definitely going to be an interesting outtake as to what we happen to see from him, because we usually get to see him on the soft breach. So that's exactly what he's emphasizing. That out of the way. 2 minutes and 20 seconds left as Blank. He's getting some pre-fires in. I'm not sure if he'll be able to find anybody. That's just the hallway he's speaking. There's nobody. Pre-fires just not doing anything yet. Hitting the 2-minute mark here. The hold is still on from the side of Cobra, and it does come down to see how Team L2K will be looking to approach this hold.
Cobra still holding towards the piano. A lot of utilities being thrown out. Unfortunately, won't be able to get the frag, but it is going to be Skipper instead, eliminating Asterix right off the bat as the Goyo has been eliminated. But unfortunately, the deployable shield, which has been placed towards the piano, will be detonated, I believe, which would give Demus Force in a very bad situation. Sniper won't take anything up, going for a extreme peak, but unfortunately won't be able to connect this just yet. But it's going to be Kajit who's going to take the life of Blank, eliminating the Nomad, who was trying to go for a peek in towards the skylight. We still have 2 more players on Team L2K holding maybe towards the freezer and towards on third floor bar, but the number of amount of angles as well as information that Valkyrie has, it will prove to be quite efficient as the drop down comes in from Nos, making sure that he'll be able to get good amount of access towards the red stairs, as well as the drone will come in to provide information to their teammates. Although we don't see any of utilities being thrown and neither the deployable shields being destroyed, which would be very difficult. And talking about it, Cobra gets dealt with a lot of damage from the Vulcan shield, followed up with the C4 from Kajit, getting one. Skipper gets the other with the Vulcan shield, taking out Cobra. Looks like the man count is equalized, making it 3-3. 40 seconds left for the defenders. Kushima Goat still in the third floor bar. Kajit needs to be careful because there is one holding towards the piano room. He just needs that timing. He just needs that pre-fire and talk about it. Nos gets one, Kajit gets the other, gets a triple kill. Now it's a 2v2 situation where the Valkyrie camps is still present towards the piano room, giving good amount of information to their teammates. No IQ is being present for the attackers as well as Skipper getting that third kill, eliminating Tsukushima Goat. Plant is underway towards the default plant. JV think of going for a gunfight against Kajit. It's a post-plant situation. Kajit, he needs to get this pre-fire, works out well. It's a quad kill, reloads the magazine as it's Skipper all by himself yet again in a 1v1 situation. Post plant is in for Kajit. He needs to get this shot to get the ace. Will it happen or will it not? He's just slowly progressing in towards the drone. He's going to go for the fake plant, forcing the Skipper. He's going to get it. What a match to start off with Kajit, as he'll be the one to get the ace to start off the round. What a wonderful playstyle coming in from Kajit, as we do see the ace coming in from Demon's Force. Round 1, third floor bar goes to them. As we take a look at it in the ACT Fibernet instant replay, we now proceed to round 2. My God, what a way to start off the match, even with a 1v3, actually 1v2 situation coming in from the Valkyrie. She performed extremely well played from Demon's Force, as they are not out of the game just yet. As we proceed to round 2, first floor kitchen will be the site. Let's see how it's going to work out well for them.
Kaji definitely starting off this match with so much more fuel to as to what we expect usually coming out from Demon's Force. And hey, there's nothing more that I expected out of this match, and it's just amazing to watch them see that. That being said, we'll be headed ahead under kitchen and service. It's going to be an interesting insight as to what we get to see. Kajit coming in with that clutch. The beginning to that though, coming back, the C4 play that he happened to bring out, just beautiful, good stuff from him, good emphasis from below. That was in fact shutting down the spirit of the attack from the side of Team L2K. But Demon's Force had Kajit in their back pocket. They just made sure that they give him opportunities to frag out, and he made sure he did that. That 1 versus 2 with the ace to finish up the clutch was just beautiful, and that's exactly what we love to see. That being said, like I happened to emphasize this before, the kitchen and service is going to be the side that's definitely going to be an interesting outtake as to how Team L2K is going to be approaching this once again. But the castle emphasis from Cobra is what is going to make some difference here. Asterix, he's back in the Goya. We've seen the Goya emphasized so much between the last match and this one as well. That's just been the case. We don't get to see a whole lot of Goya, but then this again is Division 1. This does turn out to be grounds of new stuff. That's exactly what I'm in store for, and I'm looking for from the players as well. That being said, the action phase is underway. We've already got some drone work coming in from the side of Team L2K, as they try and make sure that they shut the side of Demon's Force down. That's been their motto, at least that should be, because obviously they're here to compete. But that out of the way, it's not exactly been a great first start for them, just letting a single player outpower 5 of them. Definitely good start for Demon's Force though, as we're already seeing the push coming in from Nos. Very aggressive right here. I'm not sure if he's going to go aggressive. There you go. He finds the kill on a sniper one. Candy does not find the second. And that'll be Cobra just making sure with the UMP, comes alive and shuts Nos down. Another one coming right up his alley, rather. That'll be Skipper. He's on the window, prepping up a nade. Might as well get it. Yes, look at that. Connect. He gets the head. Skipper does not survive it. You still got JV to worry about, and so is Coffee. Pistol comes out, but that's just not enough. The castle is unstoppable. He gets a quad kill, and that's the play from Cobra. I call it the snake, leaving only Coffee Man alive, and he'll make sure he shuts him down finally. But not for long enough. Demon's Force will not be walking away with round 2, as that was the play. That will be walking away with round 2, as that was the play once again from Cobra. As I just happened to talk about this, the solo gun power from this team is just too much for even Team L2K to stand up against. And that's just been the case. We'll be taking a quick look at that in the ACT Fibernet instant replay. Look at that. Look at the man just go out with his fangs and whatnot. At least in this metaphor, he's got his UMP for them. Definitely destructive, as at least taking away that coin term with the worst gun in the game. It does not matter. At least it's in the hands of Cobra. That being said, we'll be headed to round 3, and let's see what this round happens to unfold.
Ah, boy, Cobra with those four impressive kills with the UMP. Canadian also, I mean, that was exactly the word what Canadian said when he said it was the worst gun in the game. But still, it does the job for him. Will be able to give Demus Force the win. A total of two defending rounds for goes to the favor of Demus Force. So they are very strong on Map Cafe. And talking about him, Cobra, he'll be back with the castle yet again. He'll be able to place those good amount of armor panels right towards the white stair from the white stairs window. Maybe we might be able to see some deployable shields being placed towards the piano and also towards on cocktail lounge to make sure that the attackers would have a lot of problems dealing with those specific room. Now, for the attackers, especially for L2K, they do have the sledge in which Skipper will be the one manning the soft breeze capabilities to make vertical lines of sight towards that second floor reading hall. That's technically the main weakness for the site. So if they do get the control as quick as possible, getting the win for Team LTK wouldn't be much of a problem for them, unless and until if Demus Force have some have some statement worth back answering. And talking about it, they did send a strong message for the past two rounds for 4K for Cobra and an ace from Khajet. We'll be able to see some wonders. We're about to find out in the action phase as the Buck will be able to give some good amount of information to make sure that there won't be any runouts. And talking about, he'll be able to find mute, destroys the drone, and Blank will now proceed for a wall bang to make sure he'll be able to get those kills as best as possible. Be able to go towards the roof, and also the hard breaches that would be the ace will be able to use one of the summer breach charges to open up the walls on red stairs, giving them the access towards the piano and make sure they'll be able to eliminate the players as soon as possible. Although we do see the go with the TCESG trying to engage in a gunfight towards the piano entrance as JV falls down towards the red stairs and make sure that there won't be any flankers. He'll be able to place one claymore.
That's sure. You just want to make sure that there's nobody coming up on the flank. Tsukushima got still held up on the side of Cocktail. He's got himself a nice shield to, just fall back on and take cover. But that's going to require more than just it, because we're already seeing the push happen from the side of Team L2K. They've got the top floor control established. They're trying to push that further, but they've got some speed bumps ahead. Namely, we've got Asterix, Tsukushima Goat just trying to hold this down all by themselves. Tsukushima Goat almost finding the head of the NOS. That'll be the Ash just right below Skylight. Still waiting very patiently. We're slowly seeing the Ash push up. There'll be Skipper to walk away with a nade kill, in fact, on the Sniper 1 Candy. Asterix does take a lot of damage, but he's down NOS in the process. And he's just going to fall back with his friend, the Jaeger. A 4 versus 5, essentially. His NOS will be revived, that's what I'm assuming. There you go. Coffee comes up. He's just going to make sure he wakes his friend up back on his feet. And we've got Blank awfully close to side. This might be very influential for the play that L2K needs right now, because Kajit is in the spot that I dare not speak of. He might as well make a play. He gets a headshot. He knows there's somebody else playing right now. It's going to be an exchange of gunfight that Blank will happen to win, but he's still looking for more. There will be the cleanup on the Valkyrie, but they still put themselves in a 4 versus 3 position. And more importantly, there's time that is still being expelled. Blank will get that kill onto the Valkyrie, just being a live drone right now as Asterix walks away with a frag at a JV. That's an important one, because that has put us in a 3 versus 3. The push-up is in for the sledge. That's get noticed. And here's the kill from Asterix. And that's the double for the man. As Tsukushima walks away with one of his own. It's all under NOS. The man is low on HP. Not much left to fight with, and not much left at all. Asterix will make sure he gets his triple this round, and Demus Force keep alive their trend, starting the first round with Khajiit on the ace, second round with Cobra on the 4K, and Asterix with the third round with the 3K. What is going on? Demus Force is definitely on a roll, and Team L2K are not feeling the moment. They're not feeling the game. They're just feeling totally out of sync as to what Demus Force has brought on the table. That being said, we'll be headed to round 4 as we just happen to take a quick look at the entirety of that last few shots in the ACT Fibernet instant replay. We'll be headed to round 4. Bar and Cocktail is going to be the side once again.
Well, talking about the standings, Team L2K is currently in third position, winning 4 matches, having a total of 12 points, followed up with Demus Force, currently in the 6th position with a round conversion of -5, currently having a total of 6 points. They do win it out. They will try to contest, maybe to make sure that they'll be able to stay in the division, or it might be, it might be some other teams who tried to make sure that they go back to the last place instead. So you proceed to round four. Third floor bar will be the side. We do see a six pick from Blank as he switches from the IQ to the Twitch. And yeah, we're just waiting for the loading screen to come to an end. And talking about the interesting six picks here, Kajit's still confident enough to pick the Valkyrie. Most of the time, especially on the pillars, did expect the push coming in from the brown stairs, but did not expect did not expect the hold towards the pillars entrance in which Blank was holding towards. Although we do see Cobra with the Frost, yet again, the Frost mat traps will be able to provide some difficulties for the attackers unless and until the attackers try to drone it out. Make sure that there won't be any traps being laid from the defenders. Eliminate them one by one. With the preface coming in play, we do see a heavy emphasis towards Goya's Vulcan shield as well as deployable shields. Talking about the previous round on second floor reading room, we did see how well Tsukushima Goat playing as the Jaeger as well as Asterix with the Goyo, making sure that they'll be able to waste good amount of time for the attackers. And at the exact 1 minute, they decided that, you know what, we did waste a lot of time. Let's just go back towards the site and make our last stand, in which they did succeed winning that round, making it a 3-0 strong defense rounds. We are going to see the fourth round in which L2K might try their luck, although they do need to be careful of those traps being laid. Will L2K see this, or will they get caught out? We're about to find out.
That's exactly what we're here to find out. We've got Asterix still just roaming around, trying to find if any early baits is what is in his books. Any early kills, rather, that he's looking out for. Khajiit, once again, on his very trusty Valkyrie, is going to throw off a chem. Very little too much late into the round could have been found by the attackers, but they are not on the side of the East Rappel. They're all the way on the side of the rooftop. They want to make this push towards Cigar. They want to do this well. Twitch drones coming out. JV is going to be the one who will accompany him with that. And that just happens to fortify the fact that L2K taking too much time into getting this map control done, but it's just not being done effectively. The frost traps will be the ones to get spotted out as well. And just as Baba Gusta happened to point out, will anybody be found in those traps? Cobra will be looking out to find one, but Tsukushima Goat, where did he walk away with a double kill from? Where did that even come out of? Honestly, at this point, I would not be surprised how he walked away with that. Where was that? That's my real question. Was that on Skylight? That wasn't Skylight.
Oh,
he
my
walked away
goodness.
with the double kill on the Skylight? Senpai, are you kidding me? All right, that's one way to start things off. And I think at this point, Demon's Force is playing... they're playing Siege Relay, I guess, because just the way these things have been going down, everybody is given a chance from Demon's Force to solo perform. It was Khajiit first. Now then we got to see Cobra come up, and then last round it was Asterix, and now it's time for Senpai to come up. That's definitely something I'm looking forward to see. 1 minute left and 3 attackers from the side of L2K. What is up in the store for us?
Well, the push will come in towards the piano. L2K, especially Coffee, eliminating the frost traps, due to which they did found out via the drone. They'll be able to give much more information towards the freeze. The push comes in as the frost just tried to contest a gunfight against Coffee. Will be able to take a good amount of damage, but that Selma breach will force the frost to be inside the freezer building. Well, actually, the freezer room. 45 seconds left for the attackers. They need to make a play here with a total of 3 players still left on L2K, holding one particular angle. That C4 would have claimed at least 1 or 2 lives, but instead it's not going to work out well. We do see Asterix being downed. I believe he will be picked back up with his with his teammates Kushima Goat, but he's currently having a lot of problems dealing with, and it's going to be the Twitch eliminating one Crowbar against the other, taking out Coffee, making it a 2v4 situation. Diffuses down, and Blank gets 3 kills right from the bar, eliminating Cobra and Sniper 1 Candy. It all goes down to Kajit, the man who made the ace. He needs to make this play happen again. He's still picking towards it. He's going to lose that gunfight in the F2, and it's going to be Blank winning that gunfight against Kajit, as L2K will be the one winning third floor bar. As we take a look at it in the ACT Fibernet instant replay, we now proceed to round 5. My God, it is going extremely well here. we did see L2K not being able to win a total of 3 defending rounds, even with Tsukushima Goat having that early man count, eliminating 2 players right from the skylight. Unfortunately, couldn't get the win in the execute. And talking about third floor bar in the next round, we do see a blitz being picked from Coffee. Oh boy, we do see an extremely well tactic. And just talking about it, we do see a 6 pick coming in as it shifts from the bandit to the ace. So I'm just going to add that 21 times that I made my predictions wrong, and I'm certainly not making. I'm just hoping sure that it doesn't go to half century.
Well, that being said, definitely something that we do have to look out for is the fact that Demons Force rather had everything in their favor in the last round. Definitely something that they needed, obviously. But Team L2K coming in with that 3 versus 5 clutch. What a beautiful play from Blank, making sure that he gets the 1v1 secured for his team. Really well played. Good stuff from him. Definitely something that I was expecting to see. Cobra, once again, he's brought out the Frost. I'm not sure if this is really helping Demons Force too much with the Frost mats, but it's definitely putting L2K on a little bit of a position that they are not so comfortable playing with. And more importantly, it's the shotgun and the shield that she happens to bring out with her. Cobra running running the Frost very rightly so. I don't really blame him just as to what she happens to offer. And as we happen to go ahead into the town, definitely that'll be something that I'll be looking forward to see how Cobra happens to Frost.
Well, I do absolutely agree on that, Foxy. Talking about Frost having that secondary shotgun to make rotation and also deployable shields, in which Demon's Force has a numerous amount of it. One towards the freezer, one towards the bar. So many deployable shields that Team L2K needs to deal with. And taking a look at the scoreboard, we do see Kajit, the total of 7 kills, the ace that he performed, and Cobra, with the 4K that he did perform in the first floor kitchen, did get one more kill. Although Cobra needs to be careful, he needs to rotate back, knowing that the Vulcan shield has already been destroyed towards the piano, only having 1 ADS, but there is a total of 2 ADS being present over at the freezer, in which it will be very difficult for the attackers to deal with. Tsukushima Goat is just making sure that the pillars push right from the brown stairs would not happen. And talking about it, it's going to be a frag grenade from Skipper as he eliminates Sniper 1 Candy, and that is towards the freezer in which he was holding. That is an impressive kill, and that too, it was a chef nades being prepped up. Nos needs to be careful because the push comes in. He loses to that gunfight against the Vector SMG as Asterix claims the life to Nos.
That's right, a good kill coming in from Asterix as Cobra. Once again, he's going to be the man under fire, and he'll be taken care of as well. A quick kill comes in from the Zofia. JV making sure he gets that frag nice and easy, taking care of the shield first, and then the operator. Shima Goat's still alive and kicking on side. He's got Kajit to help him and support him on this little hole that he's mounted for himself. A 3-1. Might as well be seeing the attempt from L2K into this equalizer. Asterix still down below. He's trying to find the sledge. Both of them know there's somebody playing on the downstairs, but not exactly sure. JV walks away with his double, and that's going to be the kill onto Kajit. No more denial coming in. Tsukushima Goat still watching this angle. He's coming in for the diffuser denial. He's going to get the buck. Does he get the ace? No, the ace shuts him down instead. And it'll be a 1 versus 3 that Asterix will not be able to fight against. Skipper comes in with the cleanup. Team L2K will stay alive, and more than that, they'll stay alive and kicking. Round 10 does go to them as we're headed to the next round, with L2K making sure that they try and keep themselves more than just put up a fight, try and come up with the equalizer. 2-3 is going to be the scoreline. We're headed to round 6, the last round before roll swap. Will we see a possible 3-3 equalizer coming in from the side of L2K? Is that going to be the case or not? Is what we're here to find out. Round 6 will be underway.
Well, L2K starts to fight back, winning 2 attack rounds on third floor bar, whereas Demon's Force decides to switch for first floor kitchen instead. We do see a 6 pick from Sniper 1 Candy as he switches from the Goya. Looks like the Frost with the deployable shield did not work well in his favor. That would give Demon's Force in a pretty troubled state, unless and until if they do get the lead 4-2 in round 6. We do see a rook being played from Tsukushima Goat. So we might need to be careful about those spawn peaks in which the Rook will be able to make the MP5 with the 2.0 magnification scope, vertical foregrip, and a flash hider. I mean, some player would actually pick up the compensator, although there isn't a compensator on the MP5. There's just flash hider and a suppressor. But most of the players would prefer the flash hider instead. It has a good recoil control, making sure that he'll be able to control the recoil as best as possible, so that he'll be able to get those kills as best as he could. With L2K finding the bomb site and also Sniper 1 Candy making that late reinforcements, the attackers will now spawn in their respective spawn points. One which is spawned towards the south side, and that will be Coffee with the Ace Summer breach charges, in which he was about to use it, but it would be better for a soft breacher to do the work so that he'll be able to use those the Selma breach charges to open up the main reinforcements. And talking about it, he won't do it and is going to be immediately denied from Asterix. A huge mistake being made from the Ace, but never mind, it actually works out. He'll be able to get good amount of lines of sight, although he still has only 2 more, in which it'll be very difficult to open that particular wall. Khajet and the castle tries to contest towards the bar, in which L2K decides to make the plan of attack the similar plan of attack we did get to see on round 2, where it did not work well in the favor, and Cobra get a 4K in that specific spot where Sniper 1 Candy is playing. But since it's being flashed and not having a good amount of information, Asterix still gets a kill, eliminating Coffee, and Cobra. Oh boy, with an incredible angle, he's going to eliminate Blank, but won't see the other, in which he unfortunately gets down. But JV using the concussive to make sure he'll be able to push out the operator, and a Skipper. An impressive frag grenade to take out and give him good amount of angle to make sure that he'll be able to eliminate Jaeger as soon as possible. He is now cornered, he is boxed in, and he has nowhere else to go.
That's right, that's a good precision, at least from the side of the attackers cornering the Jaeger down. Nos is going to add up to that damage that's been happening. L2K making sure that they get themselves back up. 3 versus 4 is what we're looking at right now. Cobra still holding down on the side of Coach Check. This will be the first point of contest for the side of the attack. Definitely something that they want to dislodge him out of. But Cobra gets aggressive. He knows that he's on the drone. What are you doing? No, it's not the best place to go on your camps. And that does put us in a 4 versus 2 with JV making sure he gets his own onto Sniper 1 Candy. That'll be the Goyo taking down Skipper. Still looking for more. He's not got any more frags in his back pocket. That means he's all going to come down to this primary gun and his SMG-11 in his back pocket as well. A 2 versus 3, totally doable for a team of caliber like L2K. Skipper moving ahead, trying to find the castle. Yes, he will. That's going to be an easy shot. Cobra, very lower HP, does not survive that engagement. They still got a 2 versus 2 established. This is slowly looking to turn in the favor of L2K. We might as well see them take away the 3 to 3 equalizer. Khajet goes in for the smoke, but the plan is already being stuck from JV. Here's the cover from Skipper. But where are the defenders? They are playing all the way on the other side. And that's why the kill comes in from Khajet. That was a good denial. That's how the plant, it's all on the Skipper, but it's a post-plant situation and they won't survive it. Demon's Force coming in, making sure that the post-plant is still there for the taking, and they won't let L2K walk away with this round. That'll be Demon's Force making sure they get round 6 for themselves, and 4-2 is going to be the scoreline as we're headed to the second half of this match with Demon's Force in the lead. It's definitely going to be an interesting turn of events as we head to this round 7. Will L2K try and step back up as I happen to move on the side of defense on a map like Cafe, or as we do happen to know Demon's Force have an amazing set of attacking strategies? Will we see them employ that? That's exactly going to be the question that we are looking to see answered as we're headed to round 7. Role swap.
Well, an interesting pick there from Skipper as he picked Warden, but I know for a fact that it's going to be 6th pick off to a specific operator, unless and until he's using Warden for those deployable shields, and looks like he will fit that decision. No 6th pick coming in from L2K, and I believe there's going to be a total of 2 deployable shield, 1 from Smoke, 1 from Warden, unless and until if he uses a C4 instead. Picking a Warden is going to be very interesting, knowing that there is a lot of flashbangs being thrown towards those deployable shields, and having a Warden would be a higher advantage. And talking about it, he will have that deployable shield. He'll be holding towards the piano. Blank just going to make some adjustments, placing the ADSs towards the freezer, making sure that the attackers would have a lot of problems dealing with those. Although they do need at least one player to look out towards the second floor reading room to make sure that there won't be any chef nades being prepped from the attacker side, and that would be Kajet. We did see Skipper using that chef nade towards the freezer, eliminating one, and that was an impressive C4. Although he didn't get the second frag, in which he did get refragged on towards Kushima Gold, I believe. But let's see what's going to happen as we proceed to action phase, where the attackers will spawn in. We do see a huge run out. I'm not quite sure where. I guess it's from Blank. Not quite sure what he was trying to do, but there we still do see some late adjustments being made from the defenders. And Blank will place his final will be able to place his final barbed wire and proceed to fall back towards the side. We don't see any roam capabilities from the defenders just yet. It's just going to be a very hard hold towards the piano. So they need to be prepped and prepared. And the attackers, oh boy, what is going on here? The Zofia already pushed down towards the red stairs, placing claymores as soon as possible, as Kushima Goat will be the one who wants to be very aggressive.
That's right.
Well,
Being aggressive is exactly what he needs right now. He's going to get away with a frag as well. Blank is the first one to take the fall. The Jaeger, something that you did not expect to see go down, it'll be the first one to take the fall. We've still got JV yet to be dislodged from his position. That's going to be dark spot inside Cigar. That's exactly where the push is coming in from. L2K taking the heat. JV has got to fall back as that's the shield taken care of. And there's so many flashbangs, so many lifelines coming at him from Tsukushima Goat. Prepping for a possible nade from Khajiit, as that's exactly what they want to do. They want to make sure that they not only walk away with the dislodgement of the defender, but possibly a kill. JV will be the one to find a kill instead. Tsukushima Goat, a quick kill does come in from the side of the defense, but more importantly, it was an important one. Sofia going down 4 versus 4, established 1 minute 20 seconds left into this match. We've not got a whole lot to work with, and that's exactly what both of these teams should be thinking of right now. Beating the clock is what they've got in mind. L2K start things off. They'll make sure that Khajiit is the one to take the fall. A 3 versus 4 already. The attack is just not feeling it right now. Cafe does happen to be a defender favorite map, as Demon's Pro showed us exactly why. Looks like Team L2K is showing us the same. There we go, another kill gets dropped. The Nomad not expecting that peak. JV goes wild until it gets shut down by the ace, as we found ourselves in a deficit of the Demon's Force once again. And there you go, the flank comes in from the cigar room itself. That's the Warden with the double kill. And Skipper, what a shot. Beautiful shot to finish things off, as that was quite the stuff coming in from the Warden, as we'll be headed and taking a look at the ACT Fibernet Instant Replan. We'll be headed to round 8, speaking of which. But hey, it's definitely something that I was not expecting to see L2K bring out. Demon's Force does happen to be amazing with their attacking rounds, but L2K definitely looking like they might be coming up with the equalizer right around the corner. That being said, 3-4 is indeed the scoreline. Let's see if 4-4 is something that we're looking at as we're headed to round 8.
Well, we proceed to round 8. First location will be the site 6 pick from both the teams, from Cobra switching from the Hibana to maybe a particular operator who either picks the Thermite or the other. Well, no, it's going to be the Hibana instead, followed up with Nos switching from the Melusi to the Valkyrie. Trading slows instead of intel. It is a good idea, although the slows would provide some difficulties for the attackers to push towards the side. Having an information is also good for Team L2K. And talking about it, Skipper, the Warden with the SMG-12, it's very difficult to control the recoil, in which Skipper just absolutely shows on how it's not that difficult to even control that recoil. An impressive 2K from that. And this time, we'll be seeing him play as the Maestro with a total of 2 Evil Eye Cams, giving information as well as denial. We do see Blank placing his deployable shield, and I believe he'll be the one holding towards the freezer, a huge hold towards the VIP room. Although we don't see any castle pick being used from L2K, is going to see we might be able to see one of the defenders holding towards the bar, or is just going to be all by himself, in which it will be a very difficult task for L2K to hold to that specific position. But let's see what's going to happen as we proceed to the action phase. Sniper 1T Candy and also the other attacker will proceed to go towards the roof using the drones to make sure that the third floor and second floor is cleared, so they'll be able to use their soft breaching capabilities to go towards the train museum, make vertical lines of sight, and make sure that they'll be able to eliminate one or two players or force the defenders to rotate in a particular positioning. And with the drone works already coming in, Tsukushima Goat making sure that there won't be any aggressive plays. He decides to drop down towards the red stairs hatch. He'll be able to place one of his claymores, not quite sure where he placed it, maybe towards the small bakery window or towards the red stairs window, to make sure the flank would not happen, since knowing that the site is on first floor. And Tsukushima Goat, he's just making sure that there won't be any surprises being made from the attackers. Third floor will be cleared. The intel will be given to the attackers, and they will proceed going towards second floor, make vertical lines of sight, and proceed.
That's exactly what they need right now. The top floor control, the vertical play is exactly what will be established as we happen to go ahead. Skipper just hitting that reload button on his gun. That's something he needs. The Alda with the bullets. 1 minute 20 seconds left. The push has got to come in, and that means the stronghold from the defense is going to be fortified even further. Vertical play already being made from Khajiit. That's from above the sledge, just making sure all of that, all of the soft floorboards will be taken care of. But I'm afraid it's a little too late from the side of Demon's Force. L2K tries to pop off a C4, but that's just not enough. JV relocates himself all the way on the side of Coach Check. In fact, now that he's used his utility, definitely could be of great use with that gun that he happens to bring on the hallway. I still got the hold coming in. The push has been stalled out for quite a bit. This might as well be an easy take for L2K to, just walk away out of, because just from the looks of it, Demon's Force has got zero map control in and around the side, and that just does not look great. Skipper watching the hallway. He's got the Alda in hand. We've got the push coming in from the hatch as well. That's the only place they can come in from the freezers, as JV is going to get aggressive. 20 seconds left and the aggression pays off. The Hibana takes the fall. Sniper 1 Candy coming downstairs and going for the breach. 15 seconds, not enough time. Skipper gets a frag, but he gets refragged right back in, and that'll be the kill for him to get shut down. The Jaeger goes down to the Ash, and we're suddenly left in a 1 versus 2 with Khajiit, the only one from Demon's Force left surviving. He gets a frag onto the smoke. The push-up is in, but it'll get noticed by the Valkyrie, and we did get to see a quick frenzy of kills coming in from both the sides. But it was, in fact, the defensive team, Team L2K, walking away with that round as well. We did say this. Cafe does happen to be amazingly defender favored, as Team L2K will make sure they keep this comeback on. The equalizer is back into place. 4-4 is indeed the scoreline. Let's see what the next round will happen to bring out. That being said, we'll be taking a quick look at the ACT Fibernet instant replay and right back onto round 9.
Well, it was a good idea for Demon's Force to use the drone works, making clear that the third floor, second floor will be cleared. But they took a lot of time, in which L2K had no problems dealing with that push. 6 pick comes in from Cobra as he switches from the Nomad to the Jackal, followed up with Skipper with the Pulse. The cardiac sensor will be able to give useful information, but he needs to be careful as well, because he's vulnerable while trying to get that information. Talking about it, we do see 2 intel ops and 1 denial with the mute jammers, in which Jay will be able to play, and blank with those 3 smoke gas canisters. Talking about that 6 pick from Cobra, having a Jackal would be very necessary, knowing that you would either see Nos or Skipper doing some roaming capabilities, finding their footprints. Getting that information is more than enough to get those skills and make sure that they'll be able to it will be more efficient to get those skills and make sure that they'll be able to get that advantage as soon as possible. And now talking about the scoreboard, we do see Khajiit with the 10 kills, followed up with 9 kills on the side of L2K. As we proceed to the action phase, Coffee, he's been performing extraordinarily well for the past 4 to 5 rounds, providing support for their teammates, making sure that there is a cross angle, getting those wins, getting those refrags at the right moment did give L2K the win that they need. 4-4 is the score line. 2 minutes left for the attack. Actually, 2 minutes 30 seconds left for the attackers, as they will now proceed to do the same work yet again. Hopefully, this time they'll drone out as fast as possible. Talking about it, we do see a very interesting push coming in from the attackers, as Cobra tries to get the information on where exactly the Valk's location is. And Valkyrie needs to be careful. Either she has two choices: waste a lot of time or go back towards the site in which the information will become void. Talking about it, they just get information, but not enough conversion of kills, in which Pulse, the man who's holding the cardiac sensor, will be able to provide useful information to their teammates, as the Ace Selma breach charges will go down towards the red stairs. The execution will come in, and Pulse is prepped and ready with his C4s. But Ash, she knows exactly what Pulse is doing. He knows what the Pulse's game plan is. Not being able to eliminating will be difficult, but Nos will be able to provide that cover. Taking out Cobra will be a very difficult task, as the Jackal goes down. And talking about it, the C4 being thrown will get instantly denied from Tsukushima Goat, as a lot of utilities been drawn, and so does another kill, and it's going to be Nos again with the double kill, taking out Kajit. The Valkyrie having good amount of information that is converting them into kills. Now Demon's Force is in trouble. They have control on third floor, but sad to say that they're losing a lot of time. 1 minute left for the attackers. This is the time where they do need to make a play on second floor reading room, with them getting the control, not using the vertical lines of sight right now, due to which Kajit has been eliminated. Now they are either in a very difficult situation where they are either use the Ash to use her breaching charges to make vertical lines of sight towards the second floor reading room or towards fireplace hall. There is a pre-placed C4 being prepped from Skipper, with having not much about the information. He's not going to prep it, but instead he's going to get taken down from Goat as Skipper goes down, and so does the Jaeger from the white stairs push. Kushima Goat with the double kill, trying to make some plays, as Asher gets another, shutting down Nos, but here comes JV with the MP5 eliminating Goat, and so does the other player on the side of L2K. JV tries his best, but it's not too much. It all goes down to a 1v1 gunfight. The sniper one to Candy versus Blank. He has one smoke gas canister. He doesn't have the information just yet. Plant is underway towards the fireplace hall. He has the cover, and with it is the post-plant situation coming in from Smoke. He sees the head, doesn't get the connect just yet, also gets tagged out. He doesn't have any information, but he decides to use the smoke gas canisters. This might be the time. He has to go for the defuse. He doesn't have the information just yet. He decides to go for the frag instead, but that moment of opportunity has gone down. Smoke will proceed to go for a fake defuse, which is going of time, goes for the push, doesn't get the kill, and in the end, Sniper 1 Candy will claim the life of the final pair of L2K, giving them the win on their attack on second floor reading. My oh my, that was a very close round coming in from Demon's Force. They lost a lot of gunpowder, and also they did waste a lot of time on the third floor itself. But recovering that round, especially Tsukushima Goat getting those 3 important kills, did give them the win on second floor reading. As we proceed to round 10, third floor bar will be the site. An interesting pick from Cobra, as he picks the MR1. Listen until it's going to be a 6 pick to a specific hard breacher operator, and it will be a 6 pick, and it's going to be the Nomad.
Well, Demon's Force still staying in charge of this match so far. They've been the ones to take the advantage back from L2K once again. They've come up with the equalizer, but nothing great as in sorts of what Demon's Force has brought so far. They're staring at a very possible match point right now. 1 round away, that is exactly what is separating them. But L2K getting a little too cocky, talking about how Demon's Force happened to play out. They did look very comfortable where they happened to stand out on, but just not enough to make sure that they win against Demon's Force with that kind of aggression that came out. Just not something you would expect anybody to do. That being said, that's exactly what happens to add so much more spice to the game, and that's exactly what we love about the game. The uncertainty that anything can happen at any moment. That being said, and Nos, he's brought up the Valkyrie once again, is definitely important. All of these Valkyrie camps will be trading off information, just making sure that it's well and nicely placed. Sniper 1 Candy, meanwhile, he's brought up the ace. We do see the emphasis from Demon's Force on the Nomad as well. Cobra running that operator definitely turns out to be an important one, at least just as to how air jabs happen to prove such a huge such a huge element to what you're trying to achieve out of your attacking rounds.
Well, talking about the Khajet will not waste any time with those sledge breaching hammers to open up the hatch where the site is on third floor bar. Round 10, Demon's Force in the lead with an impressive clutch being displayed. With Asterix making a rappel towards on third floor bar. You're just going to hold an angle towards either on skylight and make sure that you'll be able to get those kills. But for now, they do need to deal with those deployable shields. And looking at it, it's an interesting way to see a warden being picked. He has the shotgun, he has the SMG 12. Even if the attacker decides to go use those flashbangs, it is where exactly the warden comes into play. Tsukushima Goat apparently pushing in towards the hallways of the museum. We do see one of the prefabs being made that would compromise the location of Nos, and he will force back towards the pillars. He's been detected by the drone. Tsukushima Goat is well aware of that situation. There's a total of 2 flashbangs has been thrown towards that specific location to burn out the ADS as well as the Womise magnetines. Won't get the kill just yet, and Nos will just be hiding for now. We'll just wait for the timer to go down to at least 1 minute. That would be the execution phase where the attackers will push in towards the piano, and then the Valkyrie would go for a push to get those kills. And talking about it, it will be Blank with the first kill, taking out Khajet. The sledge will no longer be available for Team Demon's Force, and it is a one-man disadvantage for the attackers. Talking about it, we do see a total of smoke grenades being thrown out. A sniper won't take candy with the AK-12. He knows that there is one playing from the bathrooms as Astrid claimed the life of Blank, making it a 4v4. That's an important kill as the smoke has been eliminated. No more of those smoke canisters being in play. But what just exactly happened here? Ash not having good amount of information, but we still see Sniper 1 candy eliminating one, gets instantly refragged from the white stairs with the Jaeger, making it a 1v3 situation. Nos, the man who has apparently placed a pre-placed C4, will detonate it, having no good amount of information, which now leads to a post-plant 1v3 situation. Tsukushima Goat will go for the plant, and also Nos gets a lot of damage, knocks down from the Nomad's air jabs, and Cobra will be the one to claim the life of the Nos, in which Demon's Force will be in the lead yet again, winning third floor bar. As we take a look at it in the ACT Fibernet instant replay, we now proceed to round 11 where Demon's Force is in the lead, and they need one more point to win against L2K. Will it happen, or will we see the element of surprise? Let us find out. 4-6, Demon's Force on match point. Third floor bar will be the site, and let's see how well it goes.
That's exactly what we're here to find out. 6-4 is in fact the scoreline. Match point for Demon's Force. A very good position for them to be on. Definitely something that they're looking to find themselves on. 6 pick comes out. That's going to be from the Legion onto the mute. Bring out the mute on the side of the defense is what L2K wants right now. SAS brothers will be employed. Blank will be on the smoke as well. Coffee Addict, meanwhile, he's on the Jaeger, and Nos will be on Lucy. Demon's Force has definitely brought their guns alive with the last 2 attacking rounds that have come out from them. As I just happened to speak about it, Demon's Force very deadly with their attacking strength and power that they happen to bring out, and that's exactly what we've gotten to see. Maybe this might just be the round that L2K might be able to walk away with the win. Might put us up in the round of 1. That's exactly what we're here for. Let's see if that excitement happens to increase or not as we happen to go ahead into this match. The action phase will be underway. We've already got Asterix. He's brought up the Ash. Cobra once again, he'll be on the Nomad. Sniper 1 Candy making sure that the breaches are taken care of, along with Tsukushima Goat and Khajet doing the frag duty for their team.
Well, it is match point for Demon's Force, and they are on their way towards the roof to finally end the third floor bar site once and for all. But with the amount of huge emphasis towards the Maestro, especially those evil icons giving good amount of information also, huge number of barbed wires being placed right towards the third floor bar, it will be very difficult for Demon's Force. But let's see how well the adaptation game would come in from them. Flashbang being thrown to try to eliminate the ADSs, but unfortunately won't be able to. Second flashbang's been thrown right from the skylight, followed up with the nade. But Coffee, he's just still in the Shaiko spot. He's just waiting for that perfect opportunity to eliminate at least 2 or 3 players. He is in position. He's holding the angle, but for now he's just going to fall back towards the pillars because it is a very risky thing to do. Three players holding towards a skylight against one Jaeger holding towards the third floor bar would not be a good idea. But instead, he'll just wait for the hatch drop to come in from the attackers. Skipper tries to take out the drone. It was too late, but he will be able to give good amount of information saying that there is a push coming in from pillars and Jaeger needs to be prepped and ready for it. The angle being placed, but here comes the support from the SMG-11 as JV claims the life of Sniper 1 Candy. But here comes Kushima Go taking out Nos, making it a 4v4 situation as the man count is equalized. Gets another though. Goat making an impressive plays as Kaje does the same, taking out JV, making it a 2v4 situation. Now goes down with the Alda Skipper and the SMG-11 Blank to make those plays. The push will come in from Cigar as it is Skipper decides to go very aggressive, compromises location as Kajit goes down. Skipper gets one, making it a 1v3 situation. We've seen him make countless numbers of clutches, but he won't be able to make this clutch instead. Demon's Force will be the one winning round 11 on attack third floor barrel. They'll be the one to win against Team L2K on map Cafe Dostoyevsky. An impressive attack coming in from Demon's Force and an impressive play coming in from L2K. Talking about it, as we head on to the scoreboards, we do see a total of I believe a total of 13 kills from Kajet, 10 kills from Asterix, and 11 kills from Tsushima Goat. Double digits coming in from them, and JV ending off with 11 kills on the side of L2K. What an impressive match that we did get to see, and also what a way to end the match. Demon's Force, we did according to the standings wise, we did see Demon's Force losing a total of 4 matches today, since they did made a strong performance against L2K on map Cafe Dostoyevsky. They'll at least be able to get their win. They did have a total of 6 points as of now. Winning against Demon's Force will be able to give them a total of 9 points, and hopefully they'll be able to be at least in the 5th or 4th position. But for now, let's just take a look at it and relive the moment, talk about some analysis, and check to see what kind of plays that L2K made, and talk about the mistakes that they were doing.
That's exactly right. We did happen to see Demon's Force, despite they did start off on defense. It was a good start for them. They were able to walk away with the first half and a 4 as well. So look at this. They did start off this match with a very good energy. What Kajit happened to bring out, then Cobra with the ace, and then the 4K from him, and then the triple kill from Asterix. Does come out to be very very funny things that we just happened to point out about the game. But fun stuff aside, is definitely not funny. It's definitely not funny for Team L2K as they were on the receiving end of it. Demon's Force did bring out so much more aggression that you usually get to see from them. It was on the side of the defense, just winning those gunfights, and even on the side of the attack, they made sure that everything goes in their favor. Really well done. We did get to see so much more from the side of L2K as well. Hank with this amazing clutch coming in of his own, the 1v1 that he happened to close up. Look at this shot that he had just happened to make so swiftly, very peaceful, very patient, got the kill, and a good finisher as well. That being said, any thoughts that you happen to share, Baba Gusta, upon this match that we just happened to witness?
I mean, talking about Division 1, Foxy, we did get to see some extraordinary plays coming in from them, especially L2K, who made those 2 impressive win with those clutches, especially from Skipper. And also, the Warden pick on the third floor bar was actually what made me surprised. It did work out well on round 7, but unfortunately didn't work out in round 10 or neither on round 11. We did see Skipper playing as the Maestro at that moment, but unfortunately couldn't make the clutch of 1v3. Impressive display of skills coming in from L2K. So does Demon's Force, because after a numerous amount of losses that they've been made, I'm glad that they made a stand. They said that yeah, yes, we made a mistake since for the past 3 to 4 rounds, but this time we are prepared and we'll make sure that they'll be able to give it our best, and they did exactly that.
That's exactly what we did get to see them do. Quite the sub from L2K and Demon's Force. A good cleanup for Demon's Force to finally walk away with the match as well. But hey, it is Division 1. We get to see some stuff like this. Even the first match coming up, Augusta, we got to see some good performance from Kira Esports. Very strong, very composed, and very well approached, at least as to how the maps go down in Rainbow Six Siege. That's the same thing with Demon's Force with this match, just in retrospect, if you happen to put that up into. That being said, Tsukishima got feeling a little too ecstatic maybe today. He definitely happened to pop off along with his entirety of the team, but it was this person, Senpai, once again doing so much more impactful fragging and just making sure that that heavy lifting duty is handled by him and him only when it comes to him making the attack or the defense for that matter. Once again, good stuff from Demon's Force. Very rightly so, they did walk away with the kill and win rather. And hey, as we just happened to relive the last moment of the match, that push up from Skipper, not very advised, but that is something he just had to do at that moment. I don't really blame him. So, Babu Gusta, any closing thoughts before we happen to close off today's play day for Division 1?
Well, Division 1, it's been one hell of a joyride. And talking about the majors, we did we did give them some time, saying that hey, they wanted to practice for the majors, so we decided not to make those make our matches, so we decided to postpone it. And even with the majors coming to an end, we did see Union Gaming play against numerous amount of teams. We did see Monka S, we did see L2K still having that performance, although the same thing can't be said to Monka S, because currently they're not having a good time at all. The amount of performance that they did made 7-1 against Kira. We did see a lot of 7-1s, 7-3, 7-2s. Kind of worry about Monka S. But for the other twos, Union Gaming, they're still strong as ever. UG on top, as we all would say. And talking about Mercenaries, they are still. We did see the. We did get to see those offline matches being made, and against Union Gaming, they did surprisingly won against them. We don't have the information just yet, but winning it all out, I'm glad to see that the players in Division 1 are still prepped up. They're still making some new plays, even with the new metas coming in. And talking about metas, Operation Neon Dawn is live, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm really excited to see in this update with a lot of patch notes, with a number of nerfs, buffs. Very excited to see how well the update is going to go for Foxy. So I hope you're also excited with this update. So it is a very exciting match to be talking about, Foxy.
For sure, for sure. Very excited of Operation Neon Dawn that will be coming up, and we'll be joining you guys tomorrow, in fact, with Operation Neon Dawn. Make sure you have subscribed to the Esports Club YouTube channel, and make sure you follow us on the Facebook and Instagram as well to stay updated with everything in and about esports. That being said, I'm your host Foxshot, and joining me is Baba Gusta, and that'll be it for today. That's right, people. That was the matches for today. We did get to see Kira Esports take the first one and Demon's Force the second one. Division 1 does happen to end with its play day today, but we'll be back with Rainbow Six Siege action tomorrow right here at the Esports Club. See you guys tomorrow, and stay tuned.